Part 4. Installing the IDU. Note: electronic circuits and components are extremely sensitive to electrostatic discharge. Before installing the IDU, ensure that you wear anti-static gloves or anti-static wrist strap. 1. Installing the IDU. Confirm the position where the IDU is going to be installed. Take out the IDU from the anti-static bag. Check if the name and code of the IDU are the same as those identified on the packing box. Check if the IDU is intact. To facilitate the installation, you can first install the protection grounding cable to the IDU. Pay attention that the cable should be installed in the same direction as the later cabling direction. Then, secure the screws. Fit the IDU in the expected position of the cabinet and fix the IDU by securing the screws. Note that the IDU must be horizontally installed in the cabinet. For other methods of installing the IDU, refer to the Optix RTN 600 Radio Transmission System Installation Guide. 2. Installing the protection grounding cable. Determine and create the length of the grounding cable based on the position of the grounding bar. Based on the type of the OT terminal, strip a certain length of the insulating layer off the grounding cable and expose the conductor. Cover conductor with the OT terminal. Keep the cross-section of the conductor level with the end face of the OT terminal. Use crimping pliers to compress the terminal to ensure a reliable connection. Finally, properly fasten the protection grounding cable to the grounding bar and tighten the nut. 3. Installing the power cable. The nominal power voltage of the Optix RTN 600 product is negative 48 voltage or negative 60 voltage DC. The voltage of the working power ranges from negative 57.6 voltage to negative 38.4 voltage or negative 72 voltage to negative 48 voltage. When the IDU 600 is fully configured, the nominal current is 4 ampere. When the IDU 620 is fully configured, the nominal current is 8 ampere. Precautions for installing the power cable are as follows. 1. Do not install or remove the power cable with the power on. Before installing or removing the power cable, turn off the power to prevent body injury or equipment damage. 2. Check the DC power distribution box and confirm the cable connections. The blue cable connects to the negative 48 voltage power, and the black cable connects to the power ground. After making the cold end terminal, check if there is a short circuit or an open circuit in the power cable. How to make the power cable. Strip a certain length of the insulating layer off the power cable at one end and expose the metallic conductor. Pay attention not to damage the conductor. Insert the exposed conductor into the cold end terminal. Make sure that the end face of the conductor is level with that of the cold end terminal. Use the crimping pliers to compress the connector. Then insert the finished power cable vertically into the socket of the air circuit breaker and tighten the connector clockwise. To ensure large area electric contact and a highly reliable connection, gently pull the cable to ensure it is not loose. Following the same method of making and connecting the protection grounding cable, make the power grounding cable and fix the OT terminal to the grounding bar of the power cabinet. Tighten the nut. Confirm that the power grounding cable is not loose. The installation of the power grounding cable is complete. Check if there is a short circuit or an open circuit in the power cable. Then test the voltage of the power cabinet to confirm that the input and output voltages are within the required range. Affix the correct label to the power cable. Note: ensure that the insulation covering of the power cable is not pressed. Only one power cable is allowed to be installed in one socket of the air circuit breaker. If several power cables need to be routed at the same time, mark the power cables in advance to prevent confusion during routing. 4. Installing the IF cable. The IF jumper is ready before delivery. In field installation, you only need to connect the IF jumper to the IF interface of the IF board. You can use a wrench to gently tighten the connecting nut. Then, interconnect the IF jumper with the IF cable. RG8U or half-inch cable, let in from outdoors. Pay attention to tighten the lock nut of the connector to ensure a reliable connection. Route and fix the grounding cable, power cable, and IF jumper to the cabinet and the cabling rack. Ensure that the two ends of the grounding cable, power cable, and IF jumper are not fixed too tightly to facilitate future maintenance. Affix correct labels to the power cable, grounding cable, and IF jumper after the installation is complete. Tip: if several IF jumpers need to be routed at the same time, mark them in advance to prevent confusion when they are interconnected with IF cables. Note: to ensure good heat dissipation of the IDU, reserve at least 1 unit space above and below the location where the IDU is installed in the cabinet. In addition, there must be a distance of at least 0.2 meter from the IDU to the wall. For the wall mount, table mount methods of the IDU, refer to the Optix RTN 600 radio transmission system installation guide.